Hi my loves, and welcome to MoreMind Self-Care Yoga Nidra with me, Liz Joy Oakley. Happy Monday. So guys, we're here a little bit early just so I can make sure everyone has the right props for our class tonight. So if you have a bolster at home, if you're lucky enough to have one stashed there, grab that now. Otherwise, a couple of cushions from your bed is absolutely perfect. Make sure you have a blanket and jumpers, socks, anything to keep you toasty and warm during our meditation, as your core body temperature will drop a little bit in the second part of our class this evening. So gather those things up if you don't have them next to you guys, and make sure that you have water or anything else that you need. And I am also just going to make sure everybody has the link to my Spotify playlist. So just popped that on the YouTube chat channel. If anyone has any injuries or anything I need to know about as well, please let me know in the chat so I can make adjustments for you throughout the class. Otherwise, guys, we're ready to get started. So if you are using that playlist, just hit play when you're ready and we'll begin. We're going to actually start by using our props this evening, guys. So come to just sit comfortably in the middle of your mat with the legs crossed. Bring your pillows so they're next to you, just so you have them handy for our first posture. And we'll begin. And let's start by simply just grounding after whatever has taken place throughout your day. So closing the eyes, bowing the head down. Maybe resting the hands in the lap or just comfortably on the knees and bowing the head. And let's start by just taking a few deep breaths. Breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. Taking one more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. And just connecting to a gentle, steady flow of breath. In and out of your nose. And with the eyes closed, with the head bowed. Setting an intention around self-care for our practice tonight. And that might mean just mentally giving yourself permission to be present, to put any other thoughts or to-do lists to one side for this hour of practice tonight. It might be something personal that resonates. And let's take just a few more breaths, just in and out of the nose, guys, just to help begin to land on our mats together this evening. And when you're ready, you can just slowly begin to blink the eyes open and come back into the room. Lovely. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together now, and I would bring the feet out in front of you on your mat just so your edges of your feet are comfy. So soles of the feet together, and we're going to bring pillows or bolster, if you have it at home, to rest on the legs. So the knees are just bent at an angle, a little bit gentle maybe to begin. Take a breath in to lengthen up through the crown of the head so you're growing tall. Exhale through the nose, relax the shoulders. Now reach the arms up, keep that length through the spine. And as you exhale the breath, just slowly begin to soften down onto your supports. You can either just rest the head down, guys, or you can come onto your forearms if that's more comfortable, and then just relax the head down. And we're going to take 5 breaths into this first fold. Breathing down to the lower belly, out through the nose. Breathing down into the lower belly and out through the nose. Breathing in, breathing out. Last few breaths. And last breath when you're ready. Lovely, guys. Slowly start to unravel. Lift your head up last of all and move your cushions or bolsters out to one side. We will come back to them, so keep them handy. I'm going to cross the ankles, roll over the knees and come into a tabletop. So wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Spread down into the fingers so you have a nice even base under the wrists. And we're going to move from cat to cow, just very gently beginning to open and close the spine. As you inhale, roll the shoulders back, let the belly soften, lift the head. As you exhale, reverse. Draw the navel up and in, curve the spine towards the ceiling, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, reverse and open the body. Exhale, reverse and close the body. Nice. Continue to move as you breathe, guys. So just beginning to slowly connect to the breath. Inhaling, body open. Exhaling, body closes. Good. Inhaling, body opens. Exhaling, body closes. Last one. Moving as you breathe. Inhaling, open. Exhaling, reverse. Pressing the spine up towards the ceiling. Good. Come back to a flat back now. We're going to take the left leg out and the right arm forwards and just find a little balance. And balances are great for relaxing the mind after a busy day, as it's really hard to focus on much else when you're balancing. So you can either stay here, guys, for 3 breaths, left leg out or right arm forwards, or you can take your right hand round and reach towards that left foot to go deeper. Whatever feels right for you this evening. Remember, we're practicing in self-care this evening. So listen to your body. Last breath in. Last breath out. Take the left knee down. Place the right hand back. And just swap the leg and arm over. So right leg extends, left arm lifts. Find the balance. And maybe you take the left hand round towards the right foot. 3 breaths here, guys, just finding that gentle, steady balance as you breathe. Into the nose, out through the nose, into the nose, out through the nose. Lovely, guys, last breath, last exhale. Beautiful, release the left arm forwards, take the right arm back. We're coming into just one standing pose this evening. So bring the right knee down, tuck the toes. And when you're ready, just slowly begin to unravel, lifting the tailbone up, coming into your downward facing dog. So feet open to hip width. Ignore what I'm doing with my head, please. Relax your head down so you're looking towards your toes. Then you can maybe begin to pedal out the feet, seeing how the legs are feeling this evening. Maybe giving the head a little shake or a little nod. Lovely, guys. And we're slowly just going to begin to walk the feet to the backs of the wrists and come into a forward standing fold. And this pose is really great for releasing tension at the end of the day. So catch the elbows in the hands for me. Let the head go. Bring the chin towards the chest so you're looking through the legs rather than down and putting pressure on the neck. So look through. Catch the elbows, let the head relax. And you can either keep a little bit of softness there at the knees, or you can straighten the legs depending on how you're feeling. We're going to hang out here for 5 breaths, guys. So breathing in, breathing out. You can maybe sway. Let the shoulders hang heavy. Maybe even letting the arms just dangle down towards your toes as you breathe. You might even like to imagine any tension or stress or strain from the day. It's just evaporating out of the crown of the head and melting down towards the ground. Last breath in when you're ready. Last breath out. And slowly bring the hands down just in front of the feet. We're going to step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Come the knees. Bring the big toes together and settle back just into child's pose. So head down towards the mat, arms stretching out in front of you. Relax the head. Let everything go. And let's just take a moment to check in with how you're feeling tonight, which is a really important element of self-care. So with the eyes closed, with the arms stretched out, breathing into the hips. Firstly, just checking in with how you're feeling physically. How's the body feeling this evening? How are the hips? I'm going to do some work into the hips this evening. How are the shoulders and the back? Tend to store a lot of tension in those spaces. How's the neck? Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now checking in with how you're feeling mentally this evening. How is the mind behaving? Is it busy, distracted, anxious perhaps? Or is the mind quite clear? Maybe tired, maybe you're ready to switch off completely. And without any judgment, just paying attention to how you're feeling in body and in mind. Taking a last deep breath in and a last deep breath out. Slowly just begin to slide the hands in towards you. We're going to move through a little bit of flow, but on the knees this evening. So beginning to work a little bit more into the hips and the shoulders. So bring the hands to heart center. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Open the arms wide and exhale, float down. Inhale, bring the hands to heart center, reach the arms up, sit back towards the heels. And exhale, open into the shoulders, bring the hands back down into child's pose. Lovely. We'll do 3 more of those together, guys. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open into the shoulders, lift the heart, bring the hands down, child's pose. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, open and slide the hands back down. Lovely, guys. Last one. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Exhale, open into the shoulders, lift the heart, and then bring the hands down in front of you. And you can either slide back down into child's pose, or you can take the arms a little bit further out in front and come into a puppy pose. So tailbone lifting, chest sinking down towards your mat. Taking 3 breaths wherever you are. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Last breath here, lovely. Last exhale. Slowly start to make your way out of your child's pose or your puppy pose and sit yourselves back. We're going to cross the feet and transition onto the sitting bones from here. We're going to come back into that fold. You can either come into this with your cushions or bolsters, or you can come in without, completely up to you. We're going to get a little bit deeper into the hips now. So bring the feet slightly closer in to a point where you can feel an opening into the hips. And if you'd like to use cushions or bolsters, guys, you can lay them out in front of you. If you're happy without, let's take an inhale to lengthen up tall. And as you exhale, slowly begin to fold forwards, either coming down onto supports or just coming down into a slightly deeper fold. So just listening to whatever your body needs. You might pad the fingers out in front of you. You might wrap the arms around your support. Let the heavy shoulders just drift forward. Let the head nestle somewhere heavy or relax down. And simply breathe, guys. Breathing into the fold. Inhaling down to the belly. Exhaling out through the nose. Inhaling down into the belly. exhaling out through the nose. Continue to breathe. Continue to soften. And we'll take just 3 more breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Last breaths, guys. Last exhales. And slowly begin to walk the hands back in towards you. Lovely. Keep the feet where they are. Bring the hands to the ankles. Lengthen up tall through the crown of the head. And bring the chin towards the chest. We're just going to slowly roll the head to the left-hand side. Let the head roll backwards. And then bring the chin to the chest again. Just moving the same way. Inhaling. Exhaling as you roll the head back. One more. Breathing in. And breathing out. And just moving the opposite way, so taking your right ear up to your right shoulder. Slowly allowing the head to just roll backwards until the chin meets the chest again. Last 2 to the right hand side, guys. So moving mindfully and slowly. Last one. Just relaxing the head. Beautiful. And when the chin comes back towards the chest, just lifting the head up. I'm going to take the hands to the outside edges of the knees, draw the knees together and open the feet wide. You're going to need your cushions or bolsters for this pose, guys, and maybe a blanket for behind the head. So bring your pillows or your bolsters to face away from you like a second spine, and roll your blanket or a jumper, if you have one handy, into a roll. I'm going to keep the feet together, knees open. Take your pillows or your bolster in towards your lower back, so it's a second spine facing away from you. Inhale to lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale to allow yourself to come back into a reclining bound angle. You might find that you want your rolled up blanket or jumper under the head. You might be okay without that under there. See how you're feeling. If this feels a little bit too much for your lower back, guys, too arched, you can also just lift your hips and pop a blanket underneath there as well to give you a little bit more support. Wrap the shoulders around whatever is supporting your back now, and let the arms just drop open into this heart opening pose. Close the eyes. Relax the breathing. And allow yourself to come to stillness. We're going to stay in this pose for a few moments, guys, and I'm just going to explain why we move through this very gentle grounding flow before our Yoga Nidra practice. If you're new to this class, welcome. Yoga Nidra is a really wonderful meditation practice to help to relax the body completely. It can really help to improve your sleep and help to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So really effective if you're feeling stressed or anxious or overwhelmed emotionally or mentally as well. And the reason that we practice these grounding poses is to help to begin to really dial down the energy levels. In yogic philosophy, it's taught that we practice asana, the physical expressions of the yoga poses, in order to come to a meditative seat. You might notice a difference now, mentally and physically, to when you first sat down on your mat. So by moving through these gentle poses, this very gentle flow, it can help to prepare the mind for taking a meditative seat, if you will, or coming to a space of meditation. So taking just 3 last breaths here, guys. Breathing in, out through the nose, breathing in, and slowly blink the eyes open. Draw the knees towards each other and walk the feet open to about hip width to help us come out safely. Bring the hands down next to the hips, press down into the sitting bones and lift up through the crown of the head. Nice. We're going to take our support to the front of the mat now and come into either a supported or an unsupported pigeon. We're going to do a little bit more work into the hips where we tend to store a lot of emotion and physical baggage. So turn your hips forwards and we're going to take the left knee forwards and the right leg behind. And we'll set up. So bring the hands under the shoulders, bring that left knee to the back of the left wrist and slide the right leg away so your hips naturally square forwards. If you'd like to use bolsters, guys, you can either draw them in so they're in line with your torso, or you can turn your cushions or bolsters the opposite way. If you're happy coming in without, that's perfect as well. Remember, this is your self-care practice. So square the shoulders, square the hips to face forwards. Take an inhale to lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, start to come down and just spend a moment just checking in with how the hips are feeling. See how the alignment is with that front knee. Do you need to draw that front foot slightly further forwards, or do you need to draw it slightly further back, or is it fine where you've got it at the moment? Good. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, you can come down onto cushions or you can come down towards your mat. So take your time to find the right expression for you this evening, guys. You might like to turn your head to one side. If this feels too much in the hips, there are other options as well. You can tip onto the left hip and bring that back leg, that right knee a little bit further forwards to come into a more restorative option. So just listening to what feels right for you, guys. You can also take your blankets and maybe pop them underneath your left sitting bone as a little bit of support, a little bit of extra height, or maybe underneath the head as well. So just settling into your pigeon pose, closing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, and bringing that awareness, that consciousness, that focus back to your breath. Breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Breathing into the nose, out through the nose, into the nose, and out through the nose. Beautiful, guys. Just allowing yourself to soften into this posture, pigeon pose. It's quite a deep pose for the hips. It can be a really opening, soothing pose as well when done with props and supports. Going to prepare to take our final 5 breaths, guys. If you would like to go deeper, now is the time to explore the edges of this pose. If you are happy where you are, also that is perfection. Breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Breathing into the nose, out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Last breath. And last exhale. Slowly begin to just lift the head to look forwards. And when you're ready, you can bring the hands back down underneath the shoulders and just lift up, rolling the shoulders back for one deep breath in. And one deep breath out. Lovely, guys. To come out, just drop over onto the left hand side, onto the left hip, and bring the right knee forwards to set yourself up on the right hand side. So if you're using cushions or supports, guys, bring those back into your mat. If you're not, that's perfect as well. So we're going to take the right knee to the back of the right wrist to set up and slide the left leg away. And this is where you need to take your time to find a point that feels right for you with this pose. So that right heel can come closer towards the front of the mat, maybe in line with the front line of your mat. Maybe the foot tucks a little bit further underneath. Maybe you use your blanket under that right hip. Take an inhale to grow tall when you're ready. And exhale to slowly begin to make your way down onto cushions if you're using them, guys. That can feel really nice and supportive. Or if you're happy coming down towards the mat, maybe you interlace the hands to make a little resting point for the head. Maybe you're ready right now to go straight down towards the mat and let the chest melt. Remembering there's always a more restorative option as well. You can tip over onto that right hand side and bring the left knee further forwards. Still folding, just a little gentler on the hips. And just remembering with these poses, guys, to listen to your body and what you need this evening. You don't always need to take the deepest expression of the pose. Remember that yoga is so much more than the physical expressions that we make with our bodies. So settling into your pigeon on this side. Just taking a few more breaths. Letting the shoulders relax down towards the mat. Creating space between your ears and the tops of your shoulders. Maybe closing the eyes as we prepare to take our final 5 breaths. If you'd like, you can explore a slightly deeper expression, maybe letting the chest melt down towards the mat. Breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Breathing into the nose, out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Last 2 breaths. And when you're ready, taking that last breath in and that last breath out. Slowly start to make your way out, guys, mindfully. Just moving as you bring the hands under the shoulders and roll the shoulders back. Breathing in. Exhale, just letting the breath go. We're going to tip over onto the right hand side to come out and swing the legs forwards. Nice, guys, we're going to make our way down onto our mats now. So grab your cushions, bolsters, and bring them underneath the knees. Grab your blankets so they're close. We're going to transition into our meditation practice. But for now, just bring your cushions and supports underneath your knees. Open the feet to about hip width. Bring the hands down next to you. Inhale to lengthen up. And as you exhale, just allow yourself to slowly come down towards the mat. Just relaxing the shoulders. Breathing in and sighing out. Take your knees in towards you now, guys, so the back is flat. Take the knees towards the shoulders, and you can either just hold on to the knees with the palms, or you can slide the hands up and take hold of the ankles or the sides of the feet. And we'll finish with a few little rocks from side to side in Happy Baby. Keep breathing, keep the head centered, maybe close the eyes. Just gently massaging the lower back down into the ground as you rock slowly from side to side. And when you're ready, take one more deep breath in, guys. One more deep breath out. And slowly come back to center. You might like to give yourself a big hug or a big squeeze. Maybe drawing the knees in towards the chest. And when you're ready, we're going to let the hands just drop down next to the hips so the palms are facing up. Lift up through the heels and just focus on flattening the back. So taking away any arch in the spine by gently pressing the ground away. And we'll slowly allow the legs to just float back down onto your cushions or onto your bolsters. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And let's take a deep breath in and a long sigh out. Deep breath in. Long, full sigh out. Taking one more breath. And sighing your exhalation. Well done, guys. From here we're going to prepare to move into our Yoga Nidra. So you can stay exactly as you are if you'd like with the legs supported. You can sit up and maybe make adjustments, taking pillows away, covering yourself with your blanket. Doing anything you need to do to get yourself comfortable for the next 30 minutes of our practice together, guys. So we're going to be laying flat or laying with supports under the knees, under the back, if you need those there. And I'd suggest covering yourself with a blanket, as your core body temperature will drop a little bit during our meditation. So do make sure you're comfortable. As we settle in for our Yoga Nidra. And as you get settled, guys, as you get comfortable, I'd like to just read an excerpt from my favourite book about Yoga Nidra by Swami Satyananda Saraswara. I think I said that right. It's called Yoga Nidra, if you're interested. So, Swami says, Yoga Nidra means sleep with a trace of awareness. It is a state of mind in between wakefulness and dream. When you practice Yoga Nidra, you are opening the deeper phases of your mind. At this moment, your intellectual mind is operating. But when you're able to relax, the subconscious and unsubconscious levels of the mind can open. If you practice Yoga Nidra, then the nature of your mind can be changed. Diseases can be cured, and your creative genius can be restored. The subconscious and the unconscious mind are the most powerful forces in the human being. And this simple practice of Yoga Nidra has the capacity of penetrating into the depths of the human mind. Wow. So hopefully you are in a place of stillness now, my loves. And if you're new to Yoga Nidra, or this is one of your first classes with me, all I ask is that you try to follow the sound of my voice. You don't need to do anything else but that for this practice. And if you notice your mind drifting off to other things, other places, other thoughts, try not to feel frustrated or cast judgment over yourself. Our minds are designed to be busy. But if you notice yourself going off on a tangent, just gently come back to the sound of my voice. I'll guide you through the entirety of this practice. So with the eyes closed now, coming to a space of stillness in the body. Let's just take a few deep breaths. to help us to begin to relax completely. Breathing into the nose, out through the nose. Breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Take one more deep breath in, deepest breath of the day so far. Exhale, let it go. And with the eyes closed, what I invite you to do now is turn on your internal light, your internal gaze. And as we begin to slowly explore and relax, every muscle, every bone, every cell in your physical body, I invite you to explore it with an internal light switched on. So imagining a flashlight of awareness guiding you through this practice. And let's bring that bright internal light to the crown of the head. Let's activate it there. And slowly, just allowing that light to brighten across the face. It's relaxing from the forehead to the brow, softening the expression. Relaxing the temples, the cheeks, the space behind the eyes, the nose. Beginning to soften the jaw. And maybe introducing a small gap between the top and bottom teeth, allowing the tongue to just rest comfortably in the mouth. Relaxing the lips, and maybe just resting in a soft, effortless smile. And slowly starting to just guide your awareness down to the throat, the neck. Just continuing to breathe at a comfortable, gentle pace into the nose and out through the nose. Allowing the back of the neck to just nestle comfortably into the ground beneath you, into the earth that holds you. And I invite you to bring that awareness, that spotlight of your focus to the left shoulder, the top of your left shoulder, and just slowly begin to scan down, traveling from the top of your left shoulder, gently moving down to the left elbow, relaxing every muscle, every bone and every cell, from the top of your left shoulder down to the left elbow, from the left elbow slowly traveling down to the left wrist, letting every bone, every muscle and every cell from the left shoulder to the left wrist relax completely. internal light to grow now and gently expand from the left wrist into the fingers, traveling up to the tips of your fingers. Letting that left hand relax. Allowing the left arm to relax completely now. Feeling heavy, feeling held. Continuing to breathe gently into the nose and out through the nose. Gathering up your spotlight of awareness and shining that light over to the top of your right shoulder now. Slowly allowing that light to travel down to the right elbow. Relaxing the top of the arm, every muscle, every bone and every cell. Feeling heavy, feeling held, knowing you are supported. Slowly allowing that bright inner light to open down past the right elbow to the right wrist. Letting the lower arm completely relax. And when you're ready, following that light down to the fingertips, allowing it to flood the palm, the fingers, the knuckles, the wrist. Allowing your right arm to relax completely now. Knowing you are supported and held by the ground beneath you, the earth below you. There's nowhere you need to go, nothing you need to do apart from breathe and continue to just follow the sound of my voice. Breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Bringing your spotlight of awareness, that inner light, and shining it the top of the chest, in the center of your collarbone, and slowly, gently, mindfully beginning to follow that light, allowing it to guide you from your collarbone down to the ribs, relaxing the rib cage, relaxing the internal organs, relaxing the belly, the lungs, and resting your awareness at the lower abdomen, just below your navel. And just pausing here to mindfully connect back to your breathing. Allowing every single part of your body to be still, apart from this space. allowing the lower belly to rise as you inhale and gently fall as you exhale. And for a moment, becoming a watcher, becoming an observer, a voyeur of your own being, your own body. Just watching your lower belly gently rise and gently fall as you breathe in and as you exhale. Just connecting to that gentle, steady flow of breath. Bringing your awareness now to the back of the body as we connect to the back of the neck, shining that internal inner light to the top of your spine, and slowly, mindfully beginning to just travel, allowing that gentle light to guide your awareness down the spine as you follow the direction of the vertebrae from the top of your neck down to the tailbone, allowing the upper body to relax completely, allowing the upper back, middle back and lower back to soften towards the ground. Allowing the upper back, the middle back and the lower back to feel heavy and held. Allowing the upper back, the middle back and the lower back to completely relax. And slowly scanning down past your tailbone, relaxing the buttocks, the glutes, the sexual organs. Letting everything just become soft and effortless. And when you're ready, you can bring that bright light of your inner awareness and shine it at the top of the left hip. And we'll slowly begin to just travel down, imagining that light is guiding you from the left hip down to the left knee, allowing the thigh to soften, from the left knee to the left ankle, allowing the shin to relax completely. And following that inner light as it travels over the left ankle, across the bones in the left foot, slowly travelling to the tips of the toes, letting the front of the left leg relax completely now. Slowly following that bright inner light as it guides your focus over the sole of the left foot, travelling up the left heel and slowly guiding you up the left hamstring to the knee, relaxing the lower leg from the knee to the left buttock, relaxing the upper leg. And holding that left leg fully in your awareness now. Allowing every muscle, every bone, every cell to feel supported, to feel held, and to feel heavy. Following that bright inner light to the top of the right hip as we slowly travel down from the right hip to the right knee, the right thigh relaxes, right knee to the right ankle, right shin relaxes. Allowing that light to grow and guide you gently across the bones in the right foot, coming of the toes, and slowly travelling across the sole of your right foot to the right heel. Allowing that light to guide you across the right hamstring, slowly travelling to the right knee. Lower leg relaxes. Right knee to right buttock. Upper leg relaxes. And holding your right leg in the full spotlight of your awareness, letting it go, letting it completely relax, allowing yourself to feel held, heavy, completely supported. I'd like you to bring your awareness to the soles of the feet now. And as I invite you to travel back up your physical being, your physical body, to just notice as we scan across each area, if there are any spaces, any hidden corners or crevices where you still feel a fraction perhaps of resistance, any corners of tightness or tension. And if you do come across any of these lingering spaces, I invite you to take a deep breath into that space. And as you exhale, let it go completely. So starting at the soles of the feet and following that bright, shining light from the soles of the feet, travelling up both legs to the hips, allowing the legs to relax. From the hips to the shoulders, allowing the torso to relax. Front body relaxing completely. Back body relaxing completely. Slowly scanning from the shoulders to the tips of your fingers, allowing the arms to relax completely. And finally, following that light from your chest back to the crown of the head, allowing the muscles in the face to soften, allowing the head to feel heavy, held by the earth. And for the final few moments of our practice together, I invite you to simply breathe into this stillness and allow yourself to come to a space of rest. Slowly, just beginning to bring awareness back into the body, keeping the eyes closed and taking just a few deep breaths to begin to enliven the system, breathing down to the lower belly and out through the mouth. Breathing down to the lower belly, out through the mouth. And taking one more deep breath in, no rush. And one more long, gentle sigh out. I'm beginning to bring movement back into the physical body now, just beginning by waking up the fingers and the toes. Just small movements at first. You might like to just slowly begin to make your way over onto one side and come into a fetal position. Just moving slowly and mindfully. Beginning to wake up. And in your own time, guys, absolutely no rush. Just begin to make your way back to a comfortable cross-legged seat in the middle of your mat. head, closing the eyes. And let's close by just bringing the hands over the heart. And just taking a few deep breaths to close our practice. Maybe welcoming in an intention around self-care to take away from our practice this evening. So remembering self-care, self-compassion, self-kindness are so important. You can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure that you are taking time out when you need to replenish yourself this week. And when you're ready, guys, again, no rush. You can slowly blink the eyes open and come back into the room. Namaste. Well, guys, thank you so much for practicing with me this evening. I hope everyone has a wonderful sleep after our Yoga Nidra practice. If you have any questions or would just like to say goodbye, I'd love to hear from you in the chat on YouTube, guys. It's always so nice to know who I'm practicing with when we're distanced through technology, but still here practicing together. We're still always connected. So thank you for connecting with me this evening, guys, and always a pleasure. I hope to see you next week. Cool. Good night.